Hello, welcome to this week's ITL. Yeah, I hope this all finds you happy and well. Let's kind of make this short. Let's kind of make it short and sweet. Things are not doing great on this end, but we're doing. You know, we rolled out of bed breathing. That's better than nothing. Yeah, better than nothing. Give us what the Lord gives us. We'll take it. We'll take it, and we'll be happy with it. We'll be happy with it. But I'm still studying, the best I can anyway. With what my mind will give me, with the trying to move on with the ham radio. And by doing that, a part of the ham radio is also experimenting. Tinkerers, we want to experiment. We want to move on. We want to do things, And a lot of that is, I got that little electronic biz on my side. I mean, my father kind of instilled that as a child. I mean, he was a technician, an electronic technician. And he instilled that by talking about his work during supper time, And I kind of like to, I love pulling out the soldering iron and, just building stuff, just out of the clear blue, just tinkering, I pull things apart, old things apart, and building something totally different out of it. Just things I'm getting ready to throw away. I'll pull stuff off the boards that I can save for another project that are useful to me. Might not be useful to somebody else, but useful to me. I'll put them in my little drawers, save back for later. Because there might be only pennies, but that's pennies saved for me for another project. That's so I don't have to spend for later. It sounds crazy, but you can call it a hoarder in a way. But it's pennies that I'm saving for me for another project. It's just. Because I clean up those little leads with my soldering iron, and I pop them into my board, and I re-solder them in. Or just solder them onto wires just to make it work. That's just what I do. Do I remember how to read those little resistors? Not all the time. I'll pull my paperwork out and just remember how to read the color codes. I can't remember all that stuff in my head. I'll pull the paperwork out just so I can go back to remember to read those lines. Because I can't do that with my way my mind works. I just can't do that. Going through a windshield really messed up the mind on that part. And I apologize for that. Just that things happen. But I know how to work around it. I do it. But get away from that a little bit, getting towards the experimenting side of it. I kind of stumbled across this thing called, and it goes towards the ham radio part of it, but it goes past what my capabilities is a little bit with my licenses. Digipi. I know there's only a handful of ham radio operators that are on this online, but I'm going to experiment with it to see what I can do with it. It might flop, might not. We'll see. But yeah, I've got a little piece here. Yeah, this is the 0W, the Pi 0W. It don't cost much. They're hard to get a hold of, I'll tell you. They're not easy at all to get a hold of. This is in its little metal case. This is a little alloy case that I bought for it. And no, it doesn't have any headers in it right now. I'm going to buy the header pins, put it into place. But it's in its protective metal case just to protect it. What it is, it's basically it's one of the smallest mini computers you can think of, and I'm going to put that. Well, actually, it's in it right now. You can just take a look at it. It's got the SD card. It's got Digipi right in it. I haven't cracked it open to try it out yet because I don't have it set up for my Baofeng yet. It'll work with the Baofeng, believe it or not. From what I'm seeing, it'll work with the Baofeng, but it'll communicate with it. It's got many different ways to work with it. And no, I'm not the perfect person. I'm just starting with this. You look up Digipi on YouTube. There's a lot of information on it, a lot more than I can cover on this. But yeah, this is the zero, the pi, 2W, and I figured they started out at $15 for them. Yeah, but they'll go up to like $35. But you can pick them up anywhere between the $15 and they go up. But you can get them for as low as $15. I didn't pay the $15 for this. I'll tell you, I got a starter kit for something else. I end up getting this, and I'll just put it in for that. This was just an upgrade. Say, oh, you got this, I will give you an upgrade. And I'll just leave it at that. People were nice enough to me. And I said, oh, thank you very much. And but they were nice enough to help me out with it, and they didn't want any names thrown out. I'll just put it that way. But yeah, it's this. We'll see how well this works. I am part of the Digipi community. We'll put it out that way on Patreon. We'll see how well that works out for me. But yeah, this is part of an experiment. I've got the 15 gigabyte SD card in it. I've got other things I got in mind for this little bugger though, so I can pull this card out and put other cards in it to try out other experiments. This is a little mini computer. They're going to be slow as can be, but it'll come out, and I think it'd be mainly my little Digipi computer. It'd be portable. It'd be able to go out on the road with me, because this thing runs on 50 volts, 5 volts. I mean, you plug it in USB and you plug it into a battery. They're built for that, so you can just travel with it. They're built for that. But we'll be talking more on that later on. Well, I figure we'll do more on this in the future as I learn more on this. Say, pretty darn cool. Pretty darn cool. Let's go into the prayer and a little bit of a thank you to everybody. Dear Lord in heaven, I'd like to say thank you. I'd like to say thank you for the wonderful last couple of weeks since I haven't been here. I know I missed a couple of weeks to say thank you to everybody. I know I'd like to apologize for that. Say, dear Lord, I say thank you for getting me through these last couple of weeks. I know you know what I've been through. It's been a rough last couple of weeks. And thank you for working me through it one step, one breath at a time. And I hope you helped everybody that's been praying for me and working through this last couple of weeks in their own private life. I hope you've been looking over everybody as we've been working and praying for you and to you. Please, Lord, lay your hand on everybody that can use you in the trying times that we have been having. This, because what's been going on has been really been splitting us up, and we can really, really use you in these trying times. Please, Lord, give us your guidance in these times. I'd like to close this up and say, please help us yet again. I'd like to say, amen. Nothing but guidance. We need that. We've been split up for too long. Closing up with this here, a little over 11 minutes here. I'd like to say 73's out to all of you in the sky. 73. This is Buzz and Mike signing out. See you all next week.